보시어 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you. Now, number 2, our family, the owner of Cheon, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the heavenly parent and true parents. We pledge to perfect the dutiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. Thank you. We will now go into our opening prayer. Can I please ask my Uncle Bismarck Bantho, can you open us up in prayer, please?
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in prayer. Our precious, beloved Heavenly Parent, we are so grateful this morning for the life that you've given to us to be able to wake up this morning as a family together, once again to renew our mind and hearts and be able to, Father, guide us in a way where we can fulfill your dream of creating one family under one God. We are so privileged that we are living at a time when true parents have shown us the path we should all walk so that together we can fulfill your dream. Many saints and sages came before us. They poured out their sweat and tears, yet that dream never materialized. In our time, true parents have opened the door where we are now entering Cheon. And it's not just only for us, but for all our predecessors and also those who are still living on earth, that they may come to know the path with which together we can all be able to enter joyfully, Father, fulfilling this dream. We've gathered together this morning with that mind, with that set of mind in heart and mind in every aspect, that Father, you speak to our hearts, that at the end of the day, Father, we can make this day a plus day. Please be with us, guide us all, that the words we are going to hear from our leaders, brothers and sisters, testimonies and everything that, Father, will take place can help to enhance that process. Father, Heavenly Parent, not our will, but always your will to be done. Please guide us from beginning to the end. As I report this on behalf of everyone in my name, Bamford's family, blessing to our family, I pray for thanks and gratitude. Amen and adieu.
Adieu. Thank you so much, Uncle Bismarck, for that beautiful opening prayer. We will now go into our morning light stretches. So we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths in and out. A deep breath in and out. Another one in and out. One more in and out. Alrighty, now we'll go up. Big stretch to the sky. Big stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now we'll reach towards our back. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now cross over. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We'll do shoulder rotations. Going forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now we'll do arm circles. Big arm circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now bring your knees to your chest. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and we'll do body rotations. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. In the last 10 seconds, massage or stretch any body part you feel needs it. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, hopefully everyone's wide awake, warmed up, and ready to share any appreciations and gratitudes for today. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Okay.
everyone. I have a beautiful breakout room with Mrs. Roberts and Mrs. Laurier. But unfortunately, due to time, we won't be having a representative sharing today. We'll move right into our True Mother's memoir. So please prepare your hearts and your minds as we listen to Dr. Ward as he shares a reading and his insights for today. Thank you. Oh, you're still muted, Dr. Ward.
I apologize. Excuse me. No, Jeanette, I was saying that you deserve a medal for all of your efforts as our MC. It's amazing. You've set the record, I think, for doing so much. So thank you, and I feel honored to be able to have you as my MC this morning, and of course also Pastor Naokimi. It's been a great blessing. Yeah, why don't we go into our reading for today? We're continuing to read about Peace Road. Regarding construction, the biggest challenges are those of crossing the spans of ocean that separate Alaska from Russia and Korea from Japan. The divides between those territories are both physical and spiritual, and the joint commitment to building a road uniting them will represent important steps toward peace for the human race. Of course, it's not an easy task. Since the dawn of human history, there has been no greater engineering and social challenge. Yet I know that it is possible and that it represents the ultimate task that must be accomplished in our era, the harmonious cooperation of all peoples and governments. Attitudes that persist based on the tormented history between Korea and Japan are a huge obstacle, and they give rise to opposition to the tunnel. Next, please. Okay. But we have to forgive, forget, and set our minds on the positive outcomes. An undersea tunnel connecting Busan in Korea with Karatsu in Japan will boost our respective abilities to contribute to the global economy. The anchor cities of Karatsu and Busan will become hubs for global trade, linking the Eurasian continent to the Pacific region. The tunnel will unite these two nations' cultural assets, both traditional and cutting edge, for global tourism. Most importantly, its construction will plant the roots of peace in Asia, and the cooperation between these two countries will serve as a model for heaven, healing the wounds of conflict and hostility felt in nations and among peoples throughout the world. The reality is, however, that these two nations pursue their own interest. I encourage their leaders to think about England and France, who waged wars against each other for a century, yet joined hands to build the Channel Tunnel that connects them together. If the Korean and Japanese peoples open their hearts and accomplish genuine forgiveness and reconciliation, we will see the Korea-Japan peace tunnel built in our time. This tunnel will not just symbolize, but realize humanity's future based not on fear, but on hope. My husband and I therefore prayed that constructing this tunnel as part of the Peace Highway would create a low-pressure area on the Korean peninsula, into which the high-pressure areas surrounding the peninsula to the east and west would converge to bring unity on the peninsula. Looking at a map with a motherly heart, I feel as if the island and continent long for each other, and the peninsula is where they meet. Thank you, True Mother. Yes, it's interesting. If those of you who saw the Washington Times today on the front page, it talks about how Japan's economic position has dropped from third greatest economic power to fourth, and that Japan has been replaced by Germany. And so it's really obvious what Mother's talking about here, about the need for this Japan-Korea convergence and cooperation. So I'd like to, based on today's reading, I would like to speak about True Parents' approach to conflict resolution. Now, let's just start by asking a question. Is conflict a good thing or is it a bad thing? In a sense, I think we can say that conflict is a natural thing and that it will exist even in the world of Cheon. Because even in the world of Chanoguk, at least as we go through the growing process, there will be the struggle, the conflict between mind and body that goes on. And likewise, when we study unification theory, we find that also there will exist conflict between ourselves and rivals, you know. Will there be rivals in the ideal world? Well, if we look at the new essentials of unification thought, on page 121, we find an interesting graph there, or chart. And at the very center is I, meaning the individual. And the individual is a connected body. He has to connect to his parents, his superiors, his elders, has to connect to brothers and sisters, friends and colleagues, has to connect to those that are younger than him or her. But likewise, we see here that even in the ideal world, there is something called competitors or opponents or strangers that we don't easily build a relationship with, but that's also part of the process. So even in the ideal world, there is conflict between mind and body, and there's a kind of conflict that exists between self and rival. However, what is not a natural thing in terms of conflict is to harbor hatred and support violence towards one's rivals. That's what's not acceptable. Somehow we have to build a proper relationship with those who we might deem to be rivals, or frankly speaking, people that we don't get along with as easily as we might get along with some others, because our natures are different. God has so many different dimensions, and parts of God's nature we relate to more easily than maybe others. So this whole notion of the connected body, you know, how do we connect even to our competitors or our opponents or our strangers? We have to find ways to love even our rivals and our opponents in the ideal world. I don't know how many of you recognize this photo, but this photo is the photo of Martin Flumenbaum. Martin Flumenbaum was the prosecutor in True Father's court case. And I know that we've already heard several stories about how at the end of the court case, Father walked across the courtroom and he shook the hands of Martin Flumenbaum. But what's important, I was lucky enough to know why Father did that. Why was it that Father went across the way and shook his hand? You know, you can walk across the room and shake the hand of somebody that's defeated you, and actually, you don't necessarily love or admire that person. It's just something you do out of a courtesy. Father didn't go and shake the hand of Martin Flumenbaum out of a courtesy. During the court case, he looked at him and he studied him and he saw this person is so serious to convict me. This person is invested everything to get me. And I have to admire his conviction. I have to admire the way that he's gone about each thing and organized things so carefully. Maybe even Father thought, gee, I wish he was my lawyer. I don't know. But somehow Father developed an appreciation for this person. And when he walked across the courtroom and he shook his hand, it's because Father felt something for him. Father felt that there was something in him that he could love and appreciate. And he wanted to be that bridge to help this man eventually to find salvation. John Paul Lederach is a famous peace professional. And he has emphasized that we need to move away from the term conflict resolution to instead the notion of conflict transformation. Conflict resolution solves an issue, but often it doesn't really solve an issue. You know, we see so many cases in the world, whether we look at the Middle East, whether we look at the issues that we still face in the United States concerning civil rights and relationships between blacks and whites, the relationship that exists between the United States and Russia or Japan and Korea. You know, there are issues that have been solved. There have been agreements that have been signed. There have been accords. There have been all types of things. But that does not do what's most needed. And what's most needed is to heal the heart. The suspicions have to go down. The fear has to go away. The lack of trust has to disappear. And finally, we have to be able to look across the table at our opponent and be able to see this is my brother or this is my sister. And that's what conflict transformation is about. And it can take time, as we all know. When wrongs, deliberate or unintentional, have been committed, it can take decades to heal those things. One of the best examples that we have of conflict transformation is the European Union. True Mother speaks about the incredible ill feelings that existed between Germany and Great Britain. And also, I can say from my experience, the incredible ill feelings that existed for such a long period of time between France and Germany. And yet they took these tiny steps as they went through this process of trying to resolve their conflict. After World War II, first of all, they just looked at what are the key things that caused this war. And their conclusion was war was caused because of steel to make weapons and because of coal, which made it possible to mold that steel into weaponry. And they said, we have to make sure that from now on, we monitor the use of these production matters. We have to handle them in a different way. And from there, they went beyond that to have open borders, to have open trade. And over a period of time, then they could find the accords and treaties, and even come to the point where they could begin to give up part of their sovereignties because they trusted each other enough that really they began to see the potential of the European Union in many ways starting to function as a nation. And today, Koreans and French and German are very close. There's been an amazing bond that has been built over this period of time because they've gone through this process of conflict transformation. So what True Mother is talking about, and really we can say that they originated the notion, maybe John Paul Lederach used the term, but the whole process of conflict transformation we find is at the core of our model for peace. If we look at the dynamic between Jacob and Esau, it's not to settle an issue. Well, I was right about this. It was okay for me to get the birthright because actually, you took that porridge from me. So that's why. No, they didn't do it that way. The model that we find is that somehow Jacob worked to melt the heart of Esau. Conflict transformation. True parents seek to heal the heart. And True Parents' World Hideaway is where we will meet our enemies, learn to love and appreciate them, and undo the harm of fallen history, paving the way for all humankind to become true children and heavenly parents and True Parents' universal family, thanks to the international, interracial, intercontinental, and interfaith blessing of True Parents, the true superhighway to heaven. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Ward. That was beautiful. It always amazes me how much passion and heart you always have in every message you have for us. So thank you so much for that. And I'm sure everyone has so many insights from today's reading and from your insights today, Dr. Ward. So thank you so much for that. We will now be moving on to our breakout rooms to share any key takeaways, words, or any insights that you got from Dr. Ward today. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I had a great breakout room with Mr. Sato. It was great to catch up and talk about our takeaways from today. But unfortunately, due to time, we won't have a representative sharing. But please feel free to share any key takeaways or words in our chat so everyone can read. But now I'll be passing it on to Pastor Takino from our New Jersey Junction 1 prayer room for any announcements and closing prayer.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm so sorry to this morning we have some issue. This is the first time technical issue. I couldn't connect to the YouTube live. That's why like 20 more people join to this Zoom right now. We try to fix it. So, but I'm recording Dr. Ward message. Thank you, Dr. Ward. This today conflict transformation. Conflict transformation. I really want to learn master about conflict transformation surrounding my brothers and sisters or my environment. Okay. I have as you know, yes, thank you very much, brothers and sisters, to pray for Pastor Crescentia. And yes, we did a 4 days intensive prayer, but that they made set a condition from February 1st to February 21. So let's pray to continue for Pastor Crescentia about her, the quick recovery and make sure her health is good and, the speaking or more the hand moving was walking is, it's no go back to normal. Here is something that Layton recently share. You can hear the actually the Crescentia situation through the Facebook. And here they say the Crescentia continue to improve. She has been resting a lot, and every time she get in a good nap, she seems to wake up with more clarity. She often seems restless with energy too, and has already regained much of her strength, though not stable enough to walk around on her own yet. Amazingly, she is in little to no pain. Also, her appetite is solid and she is eating on her own. My favorite update for today, however, is the pleasure of hearing her chuckles softly at various moments and to see her smile when I often remind her how much I and everyone loves her. So please continue to pray for Pastor Crescentia. And tomorrow we have the very important meeting with key clergy, uh, key clergy. And we have, as you know, we have a true parents' birthday celebration at Clifton Church. Tomorrow we have, Eriko-san will prepare the offering food. If you have a time and you can support Eriko-san, please come to the Clifton Church in the morning. Then create a beautiful offering table and offering food. Okay, today I like to invite the Friday Tamak family. They decided they will come to the New Jersey Choshin One every Friday. So I like to invite Eric.
Please join me in prayer. Our dear beloved Heavenly Parents, good parents, good spirit world. We want to thank you, Heavenly Parents, for this new day. We are so grateful for your protection and guidance, the strength and the energy you gave to us, allowing us to be up this morning. We know many of our brothers and sisters, for some reason, couldn't make it. maybe because they went to the spirit world, or maybe because they are sick. Too many situations that we cannot even imagine. But we are so grateful, Heavenly Parent, because being up in the morning to us is an opportunity for us to improve. It's an opportunity to us to be able to learn from you, learn from our two parents, and to have a chance to be able to connect and to grow a little bit more. We thank you from the bottom of our heart, Heavenly Parents, for giving us this chance to connect here to this network with our brothers and sisters, and to learn once again, how our two parents really struggle, really work hard to be able to establish the foundation upon which we are standing today. We understand, Heavenly Parent, that the conflict that we go through between our mind and body is a natural process, and our two parents also went through it. Even though Heavenly Parents, external element really make things difficult, because we know in an ideal world things will be a little bit much easier, but we can understand that two parents also work hard and they fight, they struggle to be able to establish that strong foundation upon which we stand today. And I want to thank you from the bottom of our heart, because through this we can understand that even though we struggle, we are not just the only ones struggling, but everybody is struggling, and it's a process. And we can rely on you, Heavenly Parent, to inspire us and guide us and to learn, like today, what we got from our elder brother, Dr. Ward, who really taught us today, Heavenly Parents, how our two parents went through a lot of determination and a lot of work, Heavenly Parent, to allow us to be here today as Blessed Center family. So we thank you from the bottom of our heart, and we pray that you can continue to inspire us and continue to guide us, so that truly, Heavenly Parent, we can really make this day totally different. Our thought goes to our true mother who's working hard, leading the providence of restoration, especially as we just celebrate her birthday, Heavenly Parents. We also have a deep thought and meditation to our true mother age, Heavenly Parents, that we understand how serious, Heavenly Parent, we should unite with her, we should support her, Heavenly Parent, especially allow the true family and all the true children to support our true mother, Heavenly Parent, because she's 81 years old. We don't know when she'll be going to the spirit world. We just want to give her the full support that she deserves at this time. Take advantage the moment she's still here with us in the physical world, so that we can really make the providence to move forward, Heavenly Parent, make America really fulfill its God-given responsibility as the elder son nation. Thank you again, Heavenly Parent, for this moment that you're giving to us, Heavenly Parent, to gather here this morning together with brother and sister, to be able to really learn and to be able to really get ourselves ready for this new day. Continue to inspire us, continue to guide us. Thank you so much for everything. We thank you, Heavenly Parent, for really the sister victorious surgery that went through. We thank you from the bottom of our heart. We also thank you from the bottom of our heart for all the love that you are giving to the baby family, Heavenly Parent, despite, Heavenly Parent, the passing of the third generation Sasha to the spirit world. There's a reason for that. We can only be grateful, Heavenly Parents, for everything that you are doing for us, because it's all good, because you are always good to us. So thank you for everything, for all brothers and sisters who are struggling, for all brothers and sisters who are going through challenges, all kinds of challenges we don't know, Heavenly Parent. We just want to thank you, Heavenly Parent, because nobody than you know better our situation. We just want to thank you. Continue to be with us, continue to guide us, continue to inspire us, Heavenly Parents. I pray that you accept this moment as I offer everything to you in the name of all brothers and sisters here, and through our name, Eric and Iran Tamak of Tamak family, a Blessed Center family on our jungle go. Aju.
Please feel free to unmute for unison prayer.
Beloved Heavenly Parents,
And that we have
thank you again for this
Praise
special day. Today is Friday.
아버지,
We are so grateful, Heavenly Parents, because we
Heavenly Parent, thank
will
you.
be able to
Beautiful insight from
Korea,
아버지,
be able to again, Heavenly Parents,
parents,
continue to
parents,
celebrate
and everything.
that is very important, Heavenly Parents, to
work and
celebration
flow
of
through this world. And to touch each one of these, your children.
Thank you for our
Heavenly Father, there is
for
no
protection,
sadder
for
for a
safety,
parent than to be
for
separated from the child. We have been separated as children from you, our Heavenly Parent, the entire course of humanity.
special anticipation.
No one was able to understand you, the first families to be connected to you, connected to your heart, connected to your zeal. Thank you for your only begotten Son, Jesus, who sat his life, his mission was prolonged to 2,000 years. We are sad. 2,000 years of history.
So many
If
so
Jesus
many
had been
war
received,
there,
would have
all
established
the world.
the position of
He's come on one
Christ
side of the world, the other side of the world, another
transformed the world.
beginning of another war. So need to stop
He was rejected,
also was accepted.
eventually crucified.
There's always the control we need to
We
conclude
had
that
to
we
wait
know
2,000 years.
to come on and change his will.
Heavenly
We
Parent,
have
you
less than
are
7
able
minutes.
to
We want to
2,000
unite
years
and we need
apart
to
from
want him to
so
support
many
each other and so that
billions of
we can change this world. Thank you so much
and
for
pray,
this moment. Thank you so much for your
praise Jesus,
so much for this unconditional love that you give us
and lifted up
to
in
inspire us
hell
and
in the
continue to
spiritual
lead us. We
places where
sincerely
they cannot
that
build
we can all come together as one family
Everything is
really,
relational.
really care for
Everything
each
is
other and really love
finding
each
the
other
heart
unconditionally
with
as
the
you love
hope
us
and zeal.
unconditionally. We put in
Father,
your hands
especially
our
we
project,
need
our dreams, our hopes, our wishes,
people to connect with
that
you,
take control of everything
your
that
will,
we
your
want to
purpose, your
realize,
desires
especially that we want to make sure
world,
that
Jesus.
we are planning
Thank
really
you
very
for
much
working through
what
us.
we are planning
You
for
are
them.
here.
We don't want to do
Fulfilling
something
the
that's
desire of our
against your will. We don't want to do
hearts.
something that
Wonderful
goes against what we are doing. We want each and to be synchronized with you, and so that we can all grow together, so that we don't slow down the providence of restoration, so that we don't really be
Jill, Jill, Jill. Thank you everyone for the use in prayer. And thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope everyone has an amazing Friday. And I hope to see everyone tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Janet. And everybody.
Thank you.
Take care. God bless. Have a beautiful day.
Thank
Thank
you.
Jeanette.
Good
Thank you,
Friday. Good Friday.
Thank you, Pastor Takino.
Dr. Ward, very insightful, very wonderful sharing.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Hannah.
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Manuel, nice to see you. Dr. Kylie, good to see you. Tony, Karen.
Hey.
Thank you,
Thank you for your prayer. And everyone, Tom and Rita, Rosa, God bless you.
God bless you,
God
Dr.
bless you too,
Hendrik.
Dr.
Tyler.
Ward, for your great
It's so nice
talk
to
this
see you
morning.
all
Thank
each
you.
of you.